gonna show you all how I put the larger than Matt characters on foam board backing so that they can stand up. A few things that you will need. Of course, you would need the character, a foam board, and this is just one from Dollar Tree. I use a pen or pencil, and then my X-Acto knife. And I have this little cutting mat under here so I won't damage my hardwood. And the first thing that you want to do is just kind of position the character on the foam board, and you're just going to trace it out. So you just want to take your time and trace out your character. So I'm going to go ahead and begin that process. And just make sure you get around the edges. As close as possible. Now I'm using a blue pen, but some people like to be able to see the outline a little better, so you may want to use a white marker or white crayon, just something so that you can see your lines to help you when it's time to cut out the actual character from the board. The pen leaves a nice little indentation as well, so I'm able to see it with no problems. And if you have any areas that have cutouts, like here between the head, you want to just make sure you don't forget to get in there as well. And then I'll do the other side. And you just want to take a look, just make sure you have all of the areas traced out. Because once you move it, I can tell you it's hard to just perfectly line it back up to the outline that you previously started tracing. So try to do it in one step. And as you can see, I just kind of went back around again, just to make sure I have everything. Okay, so now I'm gonna take the character, just kind of move it to the side, and I don't know, you can see the indentions kind of around the board. Okay, so the next thing that I'll do is just take the X-Acto knife, and if you have a sharp X-Acto knife, it works best. And all I'm gonna do is just pick a point and just insert my X-Acto knife. And I'm just gonna slowly trace around the area, trying to keep it as neat and clean as possible. And try to work in small little sections. Don't try to go too fast. And you just turn the board as you're cutting. I like to kind of hold mine in my hand. Just be careful. The X-Acto knife can be very sharp. So you just want to be careful with that as well. And once I have this little slit here, like what I normally would do, is just go ahead and cut that area away. And cut it once again, just kind of, just to get that out of the way. Make it easier to work with my cut. And then you just continue to go along your edges. To me, cutting my foam board, I work better just kind of holding it in my hand and doing my slow cuts. Some people like to put theirs on the floor and cut that way. Whatever works best for you to get it cut. I would just suggest being careful. Be mindful of your hand holding the back side when getting close to the blade as well. And then what I'll do is just kind of cut this extra piece out. And just move that out of the way. Just toss it to the side. That little piece, I'm just gonna go ahead and rip it on out the way as well. Almost there. And then here's another little chunk that I just want to cut out of the way. And then I think I'm gonna just go ahead and cut this chunk out. Get it out of the way. And we're almost finished. Got this last little side to get off. Now my blade did pop out, so I'm just gonna insert that back in. There's some little slits that you insert that into. Just be careful with that. And then twist it, tighten it back in. Move all that out of my way. Okay, so now I pretty much have the outline of the characters, just plain foam board. And all you do is just take your character, place it on the board, and then glue it down. And I left my glue on the table, so let me grab that. And I use the same glue that I use to glue the pieces together. You don't have to have any really strong glue. So I just flip the character over. And just be sure to put a lot of glue so that it sticks good to your board. Just want to fill that in really good, especially close to your edges. Kind of working kind of quickly. To get as much glue on there as possible. Okay, so I think I may have enough glue. And I still have to cut out the 2 indentions by the head, but I'm just gonna go ahead and line this up and then go back and pull those out as well. And just wanna go around pressing down on your character, making sure it is down. If you see any areas lifting up, you can just kind of go around the edge, put the glue, and then press it back down. Okay, so I have it glued down. And then what I'll do now is just come back up to the head and cut out the indentions that were there. That's one of them out of the way. Then I'll do the last one. Okay, so now I have those indentions cut out and my character is now on the board. And what I do is normally just take a piece of the leftover the leftover foam board, and I make a stand to go on the back so that the character can stand up. So normally I'll just take this extra piece and then hot glue it so that it stands up. Sometimes I may put it in the middle. Sometimes I may have to, depending on the character. Like this character, he's kind of leaning on one foot and one foot is in the air. So what I would probably do with this one is put a board behind both feet so that it can kind of stand up. So, and I would normally just hot glue that on. So let's see if I have enough scraps. Let it stand. Here. And the pieces that you cut for it to stand on, they don't have to be really wide. And there's no certain way you would have to do that. Like I said, I'm just using the leftover scrap pieces of foam board for that process. Now this can be a hit or miss. Let me get my hot glue gun. Because you may put the backing on and try to get it to stand up and then realize you didn't put the pieces even enough. And it's hot glue, so you can peel it off and then try that process again. So with this one, we're just gonna put it probably like that. Hot glue it on. And then I'll do this one the same way. So I'm gonna give my glue gun a few minutes to just get hot. And you don't have to worry about the back side of this. It looks, all the rigid parts that's sticking on the back, because more than likely at your event, it's gonna be against the wall or a table, and it's just gonna stand out of the way. And these are great for many occasions. You can make great centerpieces out of these as well. But this is what we have so far. Foam back, it's pretty sturdy. It's not too heavy. And we're gonna get it to stand up. I'm just waiting on the hot glue. So what I'm gonna do is just pause this for a moment, let the glue heat up. Okay guys, so JJ would not let me be great. I tried to use my method of adding the foam core to the back side by putting the hot glue, and it just was not trying to stand because of the way the foot is caught. So what I've done is found some old boards that I had in the garage. I actually purchased them from Hobby Lobby. It's just a flat board, very thin. Dollar Tree also sells these type of boards, but they're more like die cut shapes. And you can get one of these little blocks from Hobby Lobby as well. So what my thought process was, glue the foot of JJ to that and then add the block to the back to kind of create a secured post for it to stand on and against. So again, it's just two little blocks from Hobby Lobby. I'm gonna hot glue the foot on and then use this as a backing to help aid some of the weight of the character. But with JJ, that was a little different. So all I did was add some hot glue right here. You guys can see that hot glue. And then I've added some hot glue to the back and just let it stand on its own. And there he's gonna stand. My method does work with the foam board. Here's one that I've done with Bert and Ernie from Sesame Street. This is just the foam board that I cut. And you can see it's bendy. And I just hot glued it along the back side. And that's normally what I do. But you can also see that the feet are a little more down towards the ground, so it helps add stability. And then it just stands. Sometimes you may have to just do a workaround. So there you have it. My larger than matte character standing on its own. And all I'll do is probably just add some paint to that board to make it look as if it belongs there. I hope you all enjoyed these 3 tutorials for the larger than matte stand-ups. Please don't forget to like and comment, and then also subscribe to my channel and hit the bell for upcoming notifications of new videos that I post. Thanks for watching Lottie's Creations. Take care.